Florida State says it no longer wants to withdraw from the ACC. In fact, that it never wanted to withdraw or leave the ACC. I think this is an absolute admission of failure and loss from Florida State. It is a bad look. It is Drew Weatherford, who's on the Board of Regents at Florida State, talking about that it's a matter of when, not if, that they would no longer be in this conference, that they cannot financially compete, that they are not financially viable because they are $30 million behind the SEC, that like all of this stuff that happened, between 18 and 14 months ago, when all of the crap hit the fan, when they don't make the playoff, people are upset, they're filing lawsuits. This is a really bad look for Florida State. You threw the ACC into turmoil and you drug Clemson with you, who noticeably is silent on this entire situation.
Right.
This Florida State Clemson lawsuit against the ACC, where remember what we were supposed to get. There was fraud and malfeasance. The ESPN contract is littered with bad news, and it's illegal, and they're colluding to hold fees down, and none of that came to fruition, as we told you on this show. And I think that we have been at the head of this ESPN ACC contract thing. There's nothing in the contract between the ACC and ESPN that is at all colluding, that is negative for the ACC. Because again, I remind you, Florida State made a motion in court that was granted to lay their eyes on that contract. And that was supposed to be the jackpot. That was supposed to be the smoking gun. And Florida State was going to blow up the ACC, and they were going to write their own ticket, and they were going to be the greatest thing since sliced Hollywood. Well, apparently Bobby Bowden's not coming through that door anytime soon, because now, according to Matt Hayes, one of the finest college football writers in this country at USA Today, Florida State is now saying out loud that they never wanted to leave the ACC. Jake, how bad is this for Florida State?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a terrible look. I mean, you're definitely admitting defeat. You're admitting that you failed, and I think that Florida State is someone who caused a lot of trouble for the ACC. It all stemmed from not getting in the college football playoff last year, and ultimately, you made this big fuss. You said that, hey, we're better than everyone. We should be paid more. Like you did all of this like noise making, all this barking, if you will, only to have it come around and for you to have to say, yeah, you know what? We never actually wanted to leave. That's not us. We're not the bad guy. Don't look at us, sideways. And it's just hilarious to me that this is what we do. This is precisely what we do in sports, in politics, in life, like whatever the example is. Oh, let's go and burn the village. And then, we didn't burn the village. I never wanted to cause trouble. I didn't want to leave the ACC.
Who, me?
I never said that the rest of the ACC members are below us and that we should get paid more, and that we're an SEC team playing in the ACC, and that Jim Phillips has to do a better job and Greg Sankey runs college football because our commissioner is not good enough. No,
What?
We didn't say any of that. We never said that we wanted to go and join, Tony Petitti and UNC in the Big Ten and through college football realignment. We never did any of that. We never said that, we needed an expanded college football playoff because we didn't have enough access because our quarterback got hurt. No, we never said any of that. Like, I just find it so rich that this is the angle that Florida State is taking, because this is what we see everybody do now. And all of a sudden it's supposed to just be fine and dandy. Like, it's incredible to me that Florida State thinks they get a free pass.
And this is the headline from Matt Hayes at the USA Today. I mean, so it's not like this is hyperbole. It's not like this is...
We're not making this up, bro.
Yeah, it's not like this is, Monty's just trying to make it, I told you so Thursday again.
Which it is.
By the way, it is. You cannot make this up. And I don't know what you do. Where do you go from here? If you are Florida State, where do you go from here when your athletic director Mike Alford, one of the most controversial figures in college football, when all of this came out, said, we're in the league. The last time I looked, we never said we wanted to leave the league. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You formally filed to withdraw from the ACC. And now, at best, this is a mea culpa. At worst, it's an admission of defeat. And it's probably both. I don't know where the ACC goes from here because as far as football is concerned, basketball, that league is unbelievable. In football, all of this is what led you to SMU, who now gets into the college football playoff, and I'm not having that argument today. You have Clemson, already crowned Clemson, the ACC Kings.
Right.
You have SMU in the college football playoff. But the rest of this league outside of Miami is absolutely atrocious in football. And now you're in a position where you've spent tens of millions of dollars defending yourself. You are clearly, in my opinion, and we can debate this, I think the ACC is clearly behind the Big 12 in momentum and in prosperity in football. Like, I don't know how much damage can be done. And frankly, I don't know that we will ever have a measurement or a way to measure how much damage was done to the ACC by Florida State.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the hard part with the Big 12 portion is, yet again, we're sitting here talking about the ACC having more teams in than the Big 12. That's the problem. And I don't even think that's the Big 12's fault per se. I think that that's how the cookie kind of crumbled for them. And, you know, I think that, yeah, I think from a PR standpoint, the ACC is way behind the Big 12. I think that Brett Yormark, and you know, from a public relations standpoint, is miles ahead of Jim Phillips. And I think that the ACC, you know, is trying to improve. You know, you've got the UNC Belichick thing going down. You know, you've got, you know, a lot of portal stuff.
Is
happening.
that a win?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a win for UNC. I think that, you know, he's a legendary coach. Again, I have my reservations about whether it'll actually pan out. But as far as, you know, positive news cycle is concerned, yeah, it's a win. You got the deal done. You know, you got that figured out. And hopefully Bill comes in and does what he says he's going to do, which, you know, is run a pro-style, you know, program, you know, create the pipeline to the NFL, and maybe take UNC football to heights it's not been to yet, which would be great. That'd be awesome. I think everybody would love to see that. So, you know, I just think that the ACC is this league that's riddled with drama. You know, everything from, you know, SMU getting in for free to this Florida State thing to the Belichick hire and people's thoughts on that. Like,
are you still anti Bill Belichick at North Carolina? 5-year deal, by the way.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I'm anti. I think it's a good hire, but I need to see it actually pan out in like recruiting, like in the college aspect.
So you're not sold that it's a good hire?
Yeah, I'm not sold that it's like, hey, this is just an unequivocal home run, no doubt about it. Couldn't have done any better. I think that my reservations are not X's and O's on the football field. I think the guy can coach for days. I think that he can develop guys for days. We've seen that repeatedly. How many nobody names with the Patriots turned into guys that helped you win Super Bowls? The guy can develop football players. But my question is, can he learn how to manipulate and dominate the college cycle? Well, that's what I'm concerned about.
Bigger get Bill Belichick at North Carolina or Thomas Castellano going to Florida State? I mean, that's a legitimate question.
I mean, I don't know. Where do you come down on Mike Norvell? I mean, do we still respect Mike Norvell? I mean,
well, I mean, after the hires he made on both sides of the football at coordinator, I mean, you look at Hugh Freeze is not a small hire.
Right.
And then to go and get Castellanos out of the portal, the quarterback from BC, by the way, who committed to Florida State, I think that's a pretty big get. I mean, you see what DJ You Suck Young Little Mama did. I mean, he was absolutely crippling to that offense. Garbage. But their defense wasn't great either. Now, if that's all they do, which it won't be, I would assume, if that's all they do, that's probably not great. But on its face, it feels like Bill Belichick has a lot to prove.
Yeah.
And I go across this league like Rich Rodriguez versus Bill Belichick. I know it's going to sound crazy. I think I would rather have Rich Rodriguez. That guy knows how to recruit. That guy's won football games.
Yeah.
It's the Belichick thing in the grand scheme of how healthy is the ACC. I don't think the ACC is on their deathbed.
No.
But you're either moving forward or you're moving backward. There's no standing still.
Right.
And there's no doubt that Florida State has done irreparable harm to this league. You're never getting those tens of millions of dollars back. And now and you say, well, everybody pays lawyers. That's what every Florida State fan has said. That's great that you pay lawyers, but now everybody's paying athletes. And all of this money that's going into football, I just think that you're a step behind in football in the ACC, and this is an incredibly important window in time for not just Florida State, but I think you can't have SMU and Clemson go out in the first round. I think that would be incredibly damaging to the ACC because there's already, there's an argument if Miami should have been in over SMU.
Right. Yeah.
So you had multiple teams at the doorstep. I don't know. Time will tell. All of this to say, I hope that this is where this Florida State Clemson lawsuit ends.
Uh-huh.
I hope this is where it ends. You're moving into these models in the Big 12. I was talking to somebody yesterday who was telling me the Big 12 is absolutely going to, oh, you guys made the college football playoff. Here's a lion's share of the money. A reward-based, equitable distribution model.
And I don't know that anyone in the ACC has got a problem with that. I mean, I think that,
but that's where the ACC and Florida State and the Big 12, frankly, the smaller leagues have to go there because they're not getting $100 million a year per school.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's facts. Yeah.
That's where you're going.
Yeah. Well, and I also think, the Big 12 and the ACC got to do a better job of getting multiple teams in consistently. I think obviously the ACC's, the ACC's had more success in the CFP than the Big 12. I just don't think that we can get away from that. Clemson had success, obviously Florida State's success, they've had more success as far as the CFP is concerned. I just think that the Big 12 is a deeper conference, a better conference across the board. And so it's this cat and mouse game, the chicken and the egg situation where, the Big 12's got to find a way to set their league up and to schedule better so that their 9-0 BYU doesn't fall flat on their face and finish 10-2. And that's the problem is that, that's what we saw play out. So I just think that the ACC has done a decent job distancing itself from the drama with Florida State. And I think that Florida State continues to make an ass of themselves, frankly. I think that coming out and saying you never wanted to leave the league is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard anybody say. What you should have said is, hey, we did want to leave the league at one point. Yeah, but we've been able to, cultivate relationships. We've been able to improve.
We realized how stupid and over the top and damaging our lawsuit was.
We realized, that there is a lot of potential here and there's things that we can do. We're going to work towards those things. But instead, you said you never wanted to leave the league, and now people are laughing at you, and, we get to talk about you again. And that's the hard part is that I think that the ACC continues to suffer from Florida State's, just buffoonery, if you will.
Buffoonery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think that obviously when we talk about portal and you talk about quarterbacks, I don't want to go too far without mentioning very clearly that, you look at Louisville, Florida State, you look at Darian Mensah going to Duke. Why did he go to Duke? Why Duke? That's the one that'll shock you. But hey, he's still in the league, right? I don't know. I think it's a very interesting conversation. Let's get into it. I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of Florida State? We've had this conversation in depth on this show. I think we've told you we've been pretty accurate on it. I'm pretty thrilled. Again, that I'm right and your wife thinks I'm better looking than you, which is great.
3/4 of this is inaccurate.
Well, that's true. I am right. Your wife does not think I'm better looking than you. But I thought it would. I think this is what we've all known. Those of us that share information in college football, I think we've all known that this is where it was going.
Yeah.
I think we've all known there was no jackpot in the ACC ESPN contract. I think we've all known that there was no jackpot in the grant of rights. I've told you repeatedly, people have been trying to get out of this grant of rights for a decade. No lawyer has been able to do that. And if they would have been able to do it, it would have been done long ago. You signed it once, not twice. So it's very difficult if you're Florida State to make the duress argument that they made. It's very difficult now with SMU making the college football playoff, which I think this has flown way under the radar. I think it's very difficult with SMU making the college football playoff to say that their addition has damaged the league when clearly it is not. I just think that Florida State never had a chance to win this lawsuit. It was wild.
Yeah.
To me that they ever filed it. DK, first one in this morning for $5. Florida State has taken a blue blood program and made it into a joke. They had one bad year. And I want to make sure that we do, employ perspective. Florida State's coming out of one of the worst years that anybody's ever seen at Florida State, especially an undefeated season coming into you're not even competitive. And now you fired both your coordinators. You hired two phenomenal coordinators, and you got one of the better quarterbacks out of the portal in like day 2. So you're doing the right things. So I think made a joke. Florida State as a pure football product is not a joke. I think Drew Weatherford and their athletic director, saying, hey, we never were going to leave the league. Okay, you're making an ass of yourself.
Right. Yeah.
But as a football program, DK, I would caution you, I don't think Florida State's a joke. I do not, but that's my opinion. Glenn, good morning to you, friend. Hope. Did I see that you tweeted at me that I think your nephew is transferring?
And I think you said the family's moving.
Fam's on the move. Well, no, what I think you mean is that he actually had a good year. There's a wide receiver at Cal. I think you tweeted that at me. I could be wrong. FSU ineptitude, but then I'm the second San Diego State football alum. I'm a scorned San Diego State football alum. Dark days currently. Whew. Yeah, I think that's the truth. Agreed. Was not interested in Monken, and I think they gave back to courtesy interview. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Mike, I think Rich Rodriguez is a good hire. I know that the fan base is split on it, and I know the negatives. The negative side of it is that he really hasn't done anything since he left Morgantown, if we're being honest, and he really hasn't. Disaster at Michigan, disaster at Arizona, Jackson State. He's done some nice things. Is it strong to say he's coming home? It is. You could have done a lot worse. And I was serious when I said, would you rather have Bill Belichick running your college football program or Rich Rodriguez at West Virginia? I think Rich Rod's a better hire at West Virginia. There aren't a whole lot of unknowns, and the cat has clearly matured as a football coach.
Right. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That's interesting to me. Noel Ramirez, Daniel Jones got paid because of the Giants' stupidity. Okay.
I still got paid, though.
He did. Old Tatanka, hello. FSU is now wanting a playoff for the top 100 teams. Oh, wait, they still wouldn't get in. They are ranked 104. Cold-blooded. Mike Smith. FSU had a terrible year. Utah had a terrible year. Oh, don't bring up Oaks.
Please don't. Can we make it one day? Please? Please, dude.
Speaking of Monken and...
Yeah.
I'm a man!
Zach still hasn't taken the job.
And kick a person when he's down.
I was talking about the administration should have clarified that, DK said. I agree with you. The administration, I think this lawsuit has tarnished a really good academic institution. Florida State's a good university, a proud and storied football program. And I think it's been tarnished by this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you had the governor of Florida. You had the Secretary of State. Like, you put millions of dollars of public funds into this lawsuit.
Yeah.
And you subpoenaed emails. Where did all that go? Where's the tough ass to sanctimonious? And I want emails and I want communicate. Where is it? What happened? Oh, that's right. You don't have any teeth in that bite, so they told you to go smoke a tree, right? You know, I think it's interesting. Gus got paid by FSU, but his play calling and not making adjustments in the second half at UCF doesn't give much promise. But without the stress of being a head coach, may be better for him.
Yeah. He'll be fine.
There's a big difference between being an offensive coordinator and a play caller than a head coach and a play caller. You don't have so many voices rattling around your headset, right? I'm curious who the DC will be. We'll find out today because it's got to happen quick. Lisa Sims, hello. If Day gets fired, then maybe Hartline can have it. But again, I think this comment right here is very interesting. Ohio State.
The. Hit the like button, by the way. Thanks. Okay, continue.
Ohio State is in the college football playoff, is perennially at the top of the college football world. And you want to fire Ryan Day. Mm-hmm. And I think you should. He's not, he ain't got that dog in him, right? He's not that guy.
Right.
Yet here we are talking about all the Florida States not firing Norvell.
Yeah, that's the hard part about Ryan Day is that you're still in a better spot than 95% of the college football world.
99.
Like, I mean, you're essentially, you're in this place where you're pissed that you're not able to win a national championship. And I get it. I'm not blaming Ohio State fan for that. But at the same time, like in today's climate, you have to appreciate the position you're in. And that's the hard part.
Yeah. Christopher Shannon, his interviews with McAfee are funny. Listen, I like Bill Belichick I thought he was a really good media. Did you take his nipples out of the?
I did. Sorry, dude. Sorry. I didn't think we were going to go in depth on him today. Sorry. It is what it is.
Yeah, we're not making any changes. I'm not talking about that.
Don't fuck.
Are you kidding me? A day without seeing Bill Belichick's glass cutters is not a good day.
Well, you can go get them. You have a rocket ship in front of you there.
Can you believe that Jake would savage all of us? It is saved on my desktop. Can you believe that Jake would savage all of us by taking this photo out of the photo tray?
Like my skin is curling.
Bro.
Are you guys going to thank me or no? I mean, what's better? Bill Belichick and his nip slip or...
Oh, fucking God.
Who's got more hair, the raccoon or Bill?
Oh, so good.
By the way, in that picture,
so good.
Is Bill not 5 minutes removed from sending it down the A-gap, walking out of the house?
He looks like he smoked a bunch of weed and just got out of bed, took a sip of whiskey, and then went outside in the cold weather very clearly for God knows what reason.
He wanted to cut some glass, dude.
Are you Tony Soprano on the driveway? Like, what are you doing outside?
With all due respect.
What are you doing outside?
Yeah, what are we doing, bro? By the way, does Bill Belichick rock Jordans on the UNC sideline?
Oh, yes.
You think he's
God.
like a Jordan 11 guy?
Oh, my God.
Jordan 1 guy?
Come on. That's the only reason Belichick took the Cardano job.
Certainly we're getting the hoodie in powder blue, right?
I cannot believe, yes, we did. We chose violence today.
Yeah, dude.
I can't believe that whoever owned that house, this clearly was an Airbnb or a rental, exposed his bits.
I'm sorry if you're offended by that.
Jordan Brand is the uniform sponsor of UNC. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
When is Bill going to wear the backpack? I don't know.
Dude.
I don't know. Sean Rollins. Hello, Sean. Little cold out there. Yeah, apparently. Is Kyler Murray exercising still on the roster?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, it is.
Will
dude.
it ever be off? Will it ever be off the roster? We got, and you guys may not know this, any of the long times do. We got exclusive video when Kyler tore his ACL.
Right.
A source very close to nobody sent us a video of Kyler lifting weights.
Pick it up. Walk back. Down. Walk. One more. Right there. Go.
I mean, look at that. The form.
Up.
The ass to grass, baby.
Do you even lift?
Yes.
Up. 2. Come on, boy.
I mean, look at Kyler working hard to get back on the field.
3.
Look at that. What are you taking
Go.
popping a squat with a
Up.
little burner?
4. Come on, boy.
It's cool. He lifts with the defensive lineman like that.
Yeah.
Got a spot.
Yeah.
That's Kyler Murray.
It's like a kid, and it's Kyler.
Kyler. See, it's funny.
It's a short joke. It's a verticality thing.
Because Kyler's small.
Right.
He starred in the Smurfs and stuff. Like
By the way, hit the like button. Okay. Thanks.
Look at that concentration. Yeah, I think Bill Belichick to North Carolina is a good hire. Is it a home run?
Now, here's the question everyone should be asking. Let's say that Bill Belichick just goes ham at UNC and just wins all these games.
Any chance he wins the ACC?
Yeah, I think there's a chance. Yeah.
Any chance he goes to the college football playoff? No.
I have a hard time seeing that.
No.
Does he, if he has a bunch of success?
But if he wins the ACC, he gets into
if he wins the ACC, has a bunch of success, does he go back to the league at some point?
But I mean, he sold his soul to the devil, obviously. So I would think that Clemson has a better chance because Dabo's best friends with a son of a Jewish carpenter. Right? I think we all know that. Dabo, and it's a Jesus reference, is
in God's name, image, and likeness.
I mean, he built the ark and stuff.
Right,
Water into
known as Cade Klubnik's forehead.
Yeah, on Cade Klubnik, like Trevor Lawrence 7 head.
We built this program on NIL.
I mean, it's pretty rare that you see somebody that is possessed, and needs an exorcism on the field. I mean, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen,
bro.
I mean, you don't see demonic possession,
dude.
Hey, bro, are you dead? I'm just curious, Gunner. Are you? That's Georgia quarterback Gunner Stockton. After he got absolutely
eviscerated,
bedazzled.
Look at his
the
eyes.
goal line.
Just look at his eyes.
No, look at his knee. Look at his right knee.
Yeah, but dude's not concerned about his knee. He's on planet Mars, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you guys? Was there a priest on the field? Did Dabo? That picture is outrageous. Man. Yes, peanut butter and jelly time. Enjoy that through a straw too. Dude's leg twisted that let the evil dead take his body. I mean,
can we get a picture from The Exorcist or something? I mean, and compare and contrast here.
Look at that right leg. That's what I'm saying. Look at that right leg.
I mean, dude does yoga.
And he got up and walked off. Didn't play another snap.
Bro.
But
I don't know how he survived that.
You're not the same. How is dude's leg not broken?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I have no idea. Gumbified. Exactly right.
Yeah, right?
Georgia's QB looks like zombies.
Yeah.
That's one of the best hits, and it was not targeting. That's one of the best. Yeah, James. And you know what it looks like to be high. I mean, you smoke tree all day. He's so high above me. Hey, man, those Jean-Claude Van Damme exercises paid off.
Yeah.
You don't even know who that is. Who's in better shape, Gunner Stockton or Bill Belichick's nipples?
Dude.
I ask
Yeah, we're not making any changes.
I ask probative questions.
Probative question.
To make you
You just said probative
questions to make you guys think critically about another man's pectoral region.
His cock.
Okay, but
dude.
We should probably get back to the comments. Fuzzy Balls, congratulations to Florida State on becoming the first preseason top 10 in the history of college football to lose 10 games. Exactly right. Thank you for the $5, Fuzzy Balls.
Thank you.
UW fan Jim, Bill Belichick in your living room recruiting your son for the team and your daughter for the staff. Like for his staff.
Dude, we're not talking about Pervin, okay? We're talking about Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
I understand they had the deflated balls controversy, but that doesn't mean that you're going to find good old Bill in a bar with a 21-year-old on his lap.
I'm not going to give you a job, but I got a staff for you.
Like, come on, dude.
Stay home.
Yeah.
David Parsons, Belichick hired Gundy to have a man on the staff. There you go.
See,
because he's a man.
He's 40. He's a man.
I'm a man.
He wears a visor.
Yeah.
DK, we need this level of no mercy from Monty and Jake every day. Okay. QB looked like JFK in a Lincoln convertible.
Wow, bro. Dude.
Settle down. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Chill.
What? That's not nice. Dude, that right leg.
Nike getting their advertising in, though.
Is that really where you went?
Hey, man, double swooshes.
Our cleats, triple swooshes.
Oh, yeah.
Forehead, wristband, and right foot.
Yeah.
Look, you put the swoosh on.
Hey, Monty.
We'll take your mind to places you never knew it could go.
Dude.
That's unbelievable. Like, how do you think that hit hurt, or is that one you never felt?
I think that's probably one he never felt. I think that's a play. Because you could see he, before he takes the hit as he was approaching the goal line, he tucked up, like he, put the ball in his chest, like he braced, and then he was out. And then he was only out for like a second or two and then popped up and was stumbling everywhere. And then they helped him off.
Like, I don't know. I don't know how you recover from that. And I'm sure that at some point that he'll figure it out. But
the shame in it is he was playing well.
Oh, he was playing really. Carson Beck would never have seen the field again.
Yeah, Carson Beck got exposed, dude.
Carson Beck would never have ever played another snap for Georgia football had Gunnar Stockton not gone to the demonic side. He would never, ever have played another down. Had that never happened. Look at that shit. Dude, look at his oh my God. Let me move this
take
off.
the comment off.
Oh my God.
Dude.
His right leg.
Bro.
Oh my God, bro. His right leg.
Yeah, how did you not jack your knee up?
Dude, that looks so
his ankle. Yeah.
Oh my God. I freely admit this is why
this was an unplanned segment today, and I don't know how dude's still walking.
Look at just look at the facial expressions on this bro.
Look at him holding on for dear life.
To what?
The ball.